Yo, what's going on everyone? The Cool Geek here, and I'm back for another video, and today I'm going to be doing that Choji power scale I promised a while ago. Power scaling Choji from part 1 of Naruto. How strong, fast, and durable he is. Let's get into it. Okay, so like I said, today I'm going to be power scaling Choji Akimichi from part 1 of Naruto. I'm going to go over AP, speed, durability, and hacks. I'm going to be going over base Choji. I'm going to be going over green pill Choji, yellow pill Choji, and red pill Choji. Now, this video is going to be unscripted, so hopefully I can edit it good so you don't hear me stuttering a bunch, but hope you guys enjoy. Also, I'm fixing a bunch of technical difficulties, so expect more live streams now, and also more consistent uploads and such. Let me know what you think. Also, if you like part 1 content, don't forget to subscribe. I just did a power scale on Shikamaru from part 1. Check that out. And yeah, let's get into the scaling. Okay, as for base Choji, he was stated to be the strongest out of all the Genin physically by Shikamaru, who was on his team, so he should know. Also, this is the same Shikamaru who has a 200 IQ, so he's not an idiot. He knows what he's talking about. Check out my Shikamaru video if you want to learn more about that. And also by Kiba. Kiba stated that when they were in Jirobo's dome, getting their chakra swiped away, he said that when he couldn't break through the dome, he said, man, the only one who's physically stronger than me is Choji, but he's over there just eating chips. Like, oh my god, what's wrong with him, you know? So, yeah, it was said that Choji's the most powerful out of all the Genin, even in base. That would include the likes of Neji, Rock Lee, even like base Naruto. I don't want to get into like the cloaks or anything like that, but base Naruto and everyone else. So yeah, he's uber strong. May or may not include Gaara, but he's another beast entirely. Like Shikamaru doesn't even consider him human. So I don't want to get into any weird inverse debates. This is more so going to be a cross-verse sort of type scaling video. So, yeah, that's for AP. As for speed, this Choji can keep up with the likes of Shikamaru. Again, check my Shikamaru video. He's not faster than him or anything, but he's relative in speed. They, have to be pretty relative to make the Shikacho formation. And it's all like that's a big deal because Shikamaru captured numerous sound tuning in his shadow possession jutsu, and each of these sound tuning should be the speed of sound. Like even like Dosu and those goons have supersonic attacks. Supersonic meaning at or above the speed of sound. So yeah, base Choji should be the speed of sound. As for durability, his durability should equal his attack potency just by virtue of him being like a human, pretty much. And yeah, he uses chakra for AP and also for durability with the battle mode thing. I'll probably have a link in the description to not only the Shikamaru video, but also my video on chakra. I go a little more in depth on like the chakra thing. But yeah, you should see the scan on screen now for like the cloak. Anyway, on to hacks. Choji doesn't have that many hacks. It's basically just the hacks that come with chakra by default, which include soul hacks and mind hacks. So mind hacks not in the sense of like he can mind control you, but chakra is partly mental in nature. So a regular punch from Choji should damage your mind and also your soul. On to green. Now for Green Pill Choji. Green Pill Choji made Sakon use CM1. CM1 is somewhere between a 2 to 5 times amp, give or take, depending on how you think it works. And so you can do the math from here. This one I'm going to leave sort of up to you guys, my audience, to decide whether it's a 2 or 5 times amp. Now, that would mean that the green pill is at least a 2 times amp, give or take. And yeah, so that would go for speed, and which would make him, instead of the speed of sound, 2 through 5 times the speed of sound. And also, his hacks and durability would increase by that amount as well. Now, now on to the yellow pill. Now, this is where things start to get interesting. Yellow Pill Choji is the version of Choji that has the calc that I brought up in my Kid Sasuke video, and I think I also referenced it in my Shikamaru video, and I also referenced it in my Sound 4 video. Now, he has the feat of falling, and it comes out to being, I believe, small town level plus. If I'm wrong, I'll put the value up on screen here with my godly editing skills, XD. Also, Jirobo. Now, this is interesting. This Choji forced Jirobo to use CM2. Now, Curse Mark 2 is a 10 times amp, right? So, that means that Yellow Pill Choji went from being 2 to 5 times base to 10 times base. Now, this is interesting because Jirobo's calc of stopping Yellow Pill Choji came out to actually being a lower value than Choji's calc was. So this is just him using Curse Mark 2 just to survive, just to stop himself from dying. He has to go all out against Choji. Now, that's very impressive. So Choji would be 10 times base in this state. Now he gets bigger in this state, so you can maybe argue, well, he gets slower too. I'm not really going to argue with that too much. Like, do what you will with that, but he should at least be 10 times base in terms of AP. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't give AP values before, it's because you need to downscale from this. Green pill would just be dividing this by 2 times, give or take, or 5 times, depending. And base would just be dividing this by 10. So yeah, there you go. Those are your numbers. As for speed, if you think he gets slower, whatever, you can do whatever math. But if you think he gets faster, which he probably does, you can just say, well, okay, well, he's 10 times base in terms of speed. So instead of being the speed of sound, he's 10 times the speed of sound, which makes a lot of sense. Now, his hacks also increase by 10 times as well. So when he punches your soul gets damaged 10 times extra. So yeah, that's really important to note. On to the GOAT, Red Pill Choji. Okay, so now for Red Pill Choji. Now, this is where things start to get crazy. Red Pill Choji was stated to be 100 times base. Well, actually, if we're being 100% right now, it just says 100 times what he was before. So technically, this could, if you really want to go there, be 100 times Yellow Pill Choji, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. So we're just going to say he got 100 times base. Now, keep in mind, his last form, was... I looked at the numbers again, and it's actually town level. So, he was town level, right? I'll probably have the math on screen while I talk, but he went from being town level. Now, he gets this 100 times amp onto base, and we said the last form is 10 times base, so say 10 more times, right? And if we multiply his current number, right, which is 16.56 kilotons times 10, we get 160 kilotons, roughly, which is insane. So, yeah, that's insane. By the way, for the record, this isn't an inverse video, but I do want to point out that that number I just got for Red Pill Choji is above the calc for Gaara's Sand Tsunami, which is only 46.6 kilotons. Keep that in mind. That may or may not be relevant for one of my next videos. Collab with Thunder God. So yeah, keep that in mind. And for speed, this means Choji's speed is 100 times base. Now, unlike the yellow pill, red pill actually makes him smaller. It turns all the fat on his body into raw, pure chakra. That's why he has those wings. Those wings are pure chakra. Now, keep that in mind. So his speed would, no matter what you think, his speed would multiply by 10 from the last form. So, or by 100 overall. So, yeah, keep that in mind. So, 100 times the speed of sound, which I believe is somewhere in the supersonic to like hypersonic ranges. I forget. I'll have it on screen somewhere. And as for hacks, his hacks would be 100 times stronger than his base. So when he punches your soul, it'd be 100 times stronger than normal. So yeah, keep that in mind. And on to the next section. Okay, time for a recap. Overall, Choji is a pretty strong character. Strongest, arguably the strongest in part 1, let's face it. And yeah, overall, he comes out to being town level in AP, somewhere in the Mach ranges in terms of speed, and has some pretty decent hacks, basically just all the ones that come with Chakra by default. If you want to know about the numbers that I used, the calcs will be in the description. And also, if you want to know about chakra and how it works, check out my chakra video, link also in the description. I made a Shikamaru video. This is part of a little mini series I'm doing, breaking down all the characters who fought the Sound 4. Check the description for the other links, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. The Cool Geek out. Bye.